the big thing with them with CCP, the big
Mm,
thing is
mhm.
understanding the line between what is responsibility of the service provider and the responsibility of the customer. And in the book that I use for that class, there's over 100 pages devoted towards this.
Okay.
And I make the students just read it through. And it's boring. For
Mhm,
me, it's kind of obvious what
mhm.
the differences are.
Okay.
But if you don't understand it, you'll fail that test. Forget it. You will not make it. Yeah.
Okay. And see, Christian says, how do you feel about who who question them? Okay, motor goals, training, manosphere. Why are people committed to you failing? Okay. Probably have to ask them.
How do you
Okay.
feel about
The people who malign your motives and goals of training the black manosphere. Okay.
um
And why are
good
people
good.
committed to you failing? Okay.
Okay, so again,
Oh,
Christian.
we know who these people are because
Mm,
okay. I know you're talking about, and basically, okay, they call the Highlander syndrome. That's what Edward Anderson calls it, right? They want to be king, okay? They
mm,
want you to come to them, okay? And
mm,
I am the person that said, I don't care who you go to, as long as you get what you need, uh, who's the most effective at getting you what you actually need, okay? I don't
right.
care about supremacy. I don't care about who's on top. I am purely black pill, right? I
Yeah,
about results, okay? Do
yeah,
I care? Like with Kevin, like Kevin took like 3 or 4 things that I came up with, right? How come I didn't say anything? Because I wanted him to actually carry the message. It's about results. It's not about
right.
getting credit. Okay, Theo's the same way. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
about results.
I'm very much the same way. And again, on a shout out to Christian, he
Okay,
was at the Mumia Obsidian Aliyah experience in Philadelphia in
okay,
2022.
okay,
He was on a podcast arguing with one of these twerps about
okay,
this kind of stuff. And the thing that he described my course as like a work study program,
okay.
like for a guy, an inmate who came out,
Yeah,
like just showing him what exactly was necessary to do to get into the workforce.
yeah.
And I was like, somebody else like tried to tear into him over that. And I was like, no, Christian, you're entirely correct. It is more like a work study program. And I know because my dad, when I was growing up, my dad used to fix TVs and
Hmm.
he would have inmates who
Yeah,
were in the halfway house working for him.
yeah.
And I saw what he had them do. And it didn't inspire me. Actually, the Japanese more inspired me. But my dad would always say, this is what you do, like a checklist.
Yeah.
And then those guys, when they got released, they went on and went into
Fix things.
electronics.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a good old fashioned apprenticeship. That's what it really
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
that's what it is. Exactly. It's an
yeah,
apprenticeship.
yeah.
That's what I would
Which
really
is
think about it.
if you want mastery, that's the best way to learn. Believe it or not.
Right.
Yeah.
So I took my model more from the Japanese and the Germans.
Hmm.
And then I looked at black men specifically and how they learned. So let me give you this little story. There's quick. Give me about 1 minute to do this. So I was teaching the CISSP in Japan, and I had 3 groups of students. I had Japanese students, and then I had white Europeans, not white Americans, but I had white Europeans. And then I had black Americans, and almost all the black Americans were GIs, like
Mm.
former military. All right. And I was teaching them, and the thing that struck me was, I mean, unlike anything I had heard before, all of my black students were the most intelligent students.
Okay.
They were the most capable. They understood security regulations forwards and backwards, particularly if it was based on military principles. Those
Uh,
guys were hot. They
mm,
knew exactly what I was saying.
mm,
Whereas the Japanese and white Europeans were like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, no, this is really how it works. Then when it came to the test, the black students rebelled against me and said
really?
that I was wrong. Yeah. But my white European and Japanese students followed everything that I said for the test.
Mm,
And what happened was my least skilled students became certified,
mm,
and my highly skilled students were not certified.
mm.
And I never lost that thought. I was like, okay, why is that my best students who are black don't get the certification? And I thought about that about 10 years,
Mm.
tried to figure it out. And I said, what needs to happen is that they need to be all in a group by themselves, and they need to have repetition.
Who said that years ago? It was actually what's his name? Monahan. said exactly the same
Oh,
thing. Black men need their own, because of their trauma, because of what they've went through. They need their own uh, uh, classroom. They need their own
yep,
schooling, separate
yep,
from everybody else. I think he's
yep.
right. Theo, I can't read this. If you can see that, okay. This is from Passport OG.
Okay, so Teo Sensei ga kibishi kibishi kido sugoku omoshiroi sugoku omoshiroi. So da yo ne. Arigato ne. So he says, Teacher Theodore is a bit cruel, however, rather interesting.
Okay. Okay. I knew you could. That's why he put it up there. That's Passport OG. He's in Japan right now. He's been in Denver for
Yeah,
3 years.
it's Carice in class. It's hard for me to like look at him in the eyes because he's sitting where I want to be.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So
You-
it's like, oh, I'm giving you like basically a free class and you get to walk out and be in Japan and I'm still here. So
what made you, what made you leave?
yeah, my Japanese wife died,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and yeah, so I was absolutely miserable over that.
Okay.
And then my company went bankrupt basically, and I had to sell my house in order to give my employees their last like 3 months of salary.
Okay.
It's just as a gesture.
Okay.
So I lost pretty much everything,
Mm,
and I was just miserable every single day for like about 2 years.
okay.
And I was like, okay, I have to go back to the United States. So I did, and then I crashed in the United States. So when I came back to America, I was homeless for a while,
Wow.
and I had cancer.
Oh, okay.
It was actually during this time period that
Okay.
I formulated my total plan about how I was going to approach the American market and how to deal with companies, and like I dealt with them as people. Basically, I went red pill with companies first,
Okay.
and then I was moving. I went from blue pill to somewhat red to black, and then
Okay.
to red pill.
Okay. So you went through the dark night of the soul.
Oh, it
Literally.
was dark.
It was dark.
2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even want to remember. Like sometimes I remember parts of it. I'm like, no.
Mhm.
And I wrote it out as I was going.
Yeah.
I wrote my experiences because I knew when I became normal,
Okay.
I would never accept what happened to me. I would think it was some sort of fantasy.
Mhm.
And I read it back now and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm glad I wrote it down because
Yeah.
it was horrible.
It's horrible, but you learn a lot when you're down in the in the depths. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You learn a lot in the cave.
Yeah, you do. You do. You do. Ninja person, what's going on?
BGS, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. You're Ace Boone Coon. What's going on?
Hey, boom, cool. Listen, I'm a plebeian, man.
Oh, I know who this person is.
You know who this is. Hey, what's up, Mook? What's popping?
So they call me Mookie in class. Yeah.
I'm
So I never had a
I'm not
black
gonna-
name.
Yeah, exactly.
Mookie is pretty black. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So like, Theo's probably told you a story, right? But like biracial. So
Mhm.
he's been raised on the white side. So now he's helping all these brothers. We're like, okay, we gotta help him out somehow. So, put some Lowies in this seasoning or something.
I've never had it. Believe it or not.
You never heard of Laurie's seasoning?
No.
Oh,
See,
okay.
the crazy thing is I've had seasoning in Russia, France,
Mhm.
Japan, Korea, China, India, like that, right? But
Yeah.
I've never had real seasoning in the United States.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know.
You never had Lowry seasoned salt? That's
I
like
know.
basic. Basic.
Because I had that white side. So it just, seasoning would be like an avocado topping, something like that.
Yeah, the potato salad is better on the black side, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, don't get me started about white people with potato salad. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Like, okay, can I go to like dad's house? Can I go to dad's? Like, because they can do potato salad.
Better. Let me read the super chat. Said Theo, I finished Purdue Cybersecurity Fundamentals Micro Credentials course in December. You just said I should get the BS what would you do in my situation? I say you should actually get it because when they start cutting people, okay, they start looking at things. So I'm saying is, uh, now if you're skilled and they know that you're skilled, you've established yourself, right? Okay, that's one thing. The thing is, don't take anything for granted, especially in this environment, right? If you can't get a BS, get a BS, okay? Because that's going to help you when
Mhm.
when the money people come looking and start looking at the ledgers, okay? They're going to look for things like that. So I would say
Mhm.
get all the training that you can possibly get, especially coming into this environment, because the cream will rise to the top. Things you want to make sure you're one of those people.
So let me go ahead and comment that. Of course, Purdue is a competitor with me in the Big Ten.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so my first instinct is to say something that is I shouldn't probably say, but that's because that's what we say at the Big Ten. We're particularly cruel with each other. Purdue is a very good program. I hate to say that, but it's actually extremely good.
Mhm.
You need to finish your university degree there because many companies in California
Mhm.
specifically hire from the Big Ten or public Ivy in the Midwest. And you will be on a very good projection to actually do your career. You need to get additional certifications afterwards. You can't just stop. That's where you start. Purdue is where you start.
Mhm. Mhm.
But you will be in an excellent position compared to other people. So I would say for you in particular, go hard, go deep. You will be successful. You have something that is very valuable. So continue. Don't stop.
Yep. Check as many boxes as you can.
Yeah.
Say.
Yeah, and he has a
Yeah.
good box to check. I can't check it because I'm not Purdue. I'm Illinois. I'm Champaign-Urbana. So I'm not going across state lines.
But Champaign-Urbana is where some of this stuff actually started. So you actually start
Right,
ground floor
exactly.
of Champaign-Urbana. I remember that back in the day.
I
Especially
remember
for
Andreessen. I
yeah,
remember Andreessen when I was
yeah,
undergrad. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, we're a really big tech school. So again, you're Purdue. Do that. Get it. Go graduate. Don't even stop.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody deter you.
Yep. Let's see. Yes, in Theo's class, earned 3 AWS certs from his resume advice, landed a senior cloud security engineer job, exceptional teacher. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Coming in.
Nah,
Yeah.
Prince. If that's Prince,
That's
Prince is
Prince.
in the Prince is in the class, and he works public sector. So he got a government job.
Oh, okay. Got a pension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's big chilling right now.
Yeah.
But of course, we're working at Theo. He's like, nah, we want better. So,
Well,
that's only the start.
so Prince is going to be making $250,000. He's not saying it. He's pulling his punches. I know. So he doesn't have all his public information there, so I can actually say that. But he's going to be one of the students making $250,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's also always outside hours.
Yes.
It's called overemployment.
I don't know about that, but I no comment.
Oh, I forget. Yes, we can't discuss those things. So.
Yeah, we can't discuss it. That's for the conclave.
That's the conclave.
Conclave or behind the wall.
Behind the wall. Yeah.
There's a reason why I established the conclave. That was really specific because there were some things I just couldn't say on TV, like I couldn't say on YouTube. So I was like, okay, we're gonna make a conclave.
I'm currently doing IT online via Global University. I have 40 credits remaining. Will your course help me improve my understanding and get through my online courses better? The thing is that Theo teaches hands-on, okay? And the best way to learn is always, of course, hands-on, okay? It's the old school way of learning.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hands-on, so it's not going to be so much theory. It'll be more theoretical in the end, but in the beginning, no.
All the people that designed this shit, man, going back to the like Gates and all these folks, they're actually hands-on. It wasn't where they went to class and read a book. They got in there and got their hands dirty.
Yeah, it's always the prompt. Like, are you actually on the prompt? Are you doing things? So, I mean, Ninja Person, of course, he's my number 2 lieutenant in the class. He prevents me from killing students from time to time because I get frustrated. So
no, Masa, no.
Yeah, it's more like
No, I don't beg him. I say, hey, chill out, bro. And he's like, all right, let me stop.
Okay, yeah.
Give him a pass, Mookie, this time, all right?
That's what I'm saying. Like we need this guy for the future. Chill out, bro. And I'm like, I got you. I'll step in. I'll massage it, all that shit. But good cop, bad cop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So as again, Ninja person knows. So when I'm teaching, I usually use traditional methods for doing things as much as I can. The fundamentals that come from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.